All right, President Obama having a hard time getting people on board his health care plan, sending Michelle out to get her hands dirty. President Clinton tried the same maneuver in 1994, and some say that was what cost the Dems the House and the Senate in 1994. Austin Hill, author of The Virtues of Capitalism, and Fox News radio host Alan Colmes is back with us. Alan,
nice,
do I look a lot
glasses.
smarter with these now?
You look at,
I feel smarter.
It brings out your feminine side.
They're real.
Yeah.
Are they real? They're definitely real. Alan, what about it? Is this a great idea? Obama sends Michelle out there to go test the waters, get her hands a little bit dirty with the health care debate. It didn't work so well with the Clintons.
What do you mean get her hands a little bit dirty? He's been pretty much out there giving speeches with the health care debate. What's wrong with, was it okay when Nancy Reagan went out there or Laura Bush went out there or when the other?
But the point being, when Hillary went out there, you know, midterm elections, they lost the House and the Senate.
I say, well, I don't have a big problem with it. You know, the country's pretty much embraced the Obamas. I don't know if you know about the election that took place in November. They did really well. I don't think there's a negative here, unless you want to make it that way.
Austin, it's a risky, I mean, Alan may not think it is, but it is a risky move because it did hurt the Democrats back in '94, and it did cause the Republicans to take over the Hill. So there is so much outrage right now with health care. It's a risk come the elections next year, and you even see a lot of Democrats backtracking on a lot of major issues. You know, the House didn't want to make any moves until they knew if the Senate was going to have a public option. They're tiptoeing around this.
Well, Rebecca, I think you're absolutely right. It's not only risky, I think it's a sign of desperation. Now, Alan won't want to acknowledge that.
Of course not.
But President Barack Obama is right in the throes of discovering that there's more to being president than just giving really cool speeches. He did that during his campaign, and Alan is quick to point out, and right to point out, the results of last year's election. But it's the year 2009 now, Alan, and the president just gave another really cool speech that was televised to the entire country, and it was to a joint session of Congress. And still, look at the polling numbers. America is not embracing this.
Austin,
it's desperation time.
Austin, though, I mean, you know, I think the fact is, though, you can call yourself an author of a book about capitalism, but if you're going to sit there and provide cover for the socialists and the fascists and the Republican regime at all, I think you've still got the same problem on your hands. I don't think the public is stupid enough to fall for the Republicans being some sort of bastion of free markets the second time. They had that contract with America. The Newt Gingrich 2.0 ain't going to fly in 2010, man.
Okay, and listen, and I'm here speaking as an author, as a commentator. Yes, I am the co-author of a book called The Virtues of Capitalism. I'm not representing the Republican Party. You're correct to point out there's all kinds of problems with the Republican Party, and if indeed they're going to have electoral success in 2010, they need to get their message together and they need to clean up their act.
Too little, too late.
Oh, no.
We heard during the campaign that all he can do is read a teleprompter, all he can do is give a speech. The American people continued to vote for him, and he did very well. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, it's just a teleprompter. All he can do is give a speech. Reagan read a teleprompter. George W. Bush wasn't that swift when he wasn't in front of a teleprompter. He's done a lot. He's doing a lot. And you got to give him more credit than just all he does is do a speech.
But Alan, talk about it for a second. Is he at risk? Are the Dems? Are your
Democrats? It's a three-syllable word.
Your left-leaners, are they at risk of losing the majority in both sides?
I think this is wishful thinking, and I love when you phrase it. Are they at risk? Are the Democrats in trouble? It's like this hyperbole.
All right, Alan, let's ask you this: do you agree that President Obama's approval rating has been sliding since? Of
course, it's slid. That always happens after a honeymoon period with a president. He's out there doing a lot of stuff. He is taking risks. He's taking chances. He's coming out for stuff that's going to be divisive among some people. And there is a strong, loud contingent of angry people who, guess what, lost an election a few months ago.
And there's the risk. And therein lies the risk, Alan.
That's right. That's right.
Guys,
there is, of course, there's a risk, but you don't risk, you don't get.
Go ahead, Austin.
Listen, Alan, I understand that was a golden moment in November of 2008. It's now September of 2009, Alan. Americans are not embracing nationalized health care.
Do either one of you guys think that I'm not totally on crack when I sit here and tell you that the independents are actually going to maybe have 5 or 10% of the House in 2010?
I think you're not totally on crack, just a little bit.
How about it, Austin? You really think the Republican-Democrat regime is going to keep the wool on these people's eyes any longer? The independents are going to rise, man.
And where are they going to go? That's the question, and I think they're up for grabs.
Anything is better than voting for a Republican or Democrat, no matter how crazy the guy is.
You won't like anybody who's in office. Whoever gets established and becomes the government, you will then be against them. When independents get in, you'll turn against them because they're in power.
At least they'd be disorganized.
Can I ask you, before we run out of time, Austin, everybody's making, talking a lot about this weekend, the president going on a media blitz. Good or bad, Austin? And I know you're going to say bad, so why is it bad?
I think he's, listen, we have a habit in the United States of building up celebrities and then knocking them down pretty aggressively on the stage. He is all over the place. He is the unavoidable for comment president right now. You want to use the term overexposed, go for it. It is what it is, but I don't think it helps him right now.
Last quick word, Alan.
You can always watch the Cartoon Network if you feel he's overexposed.
Oh, he might be on it. He's not on Fox, he's not everywhere else.
No, because then everybody's going to have an outrage that they're brainwashing their kids.
I will say that's where the Republican-Democrat regime policies belong, is on the Cartoon
There'll probably be an Obama
Austin
cartoon.
Hill, Alan Colmes, thanks so much for pretending that you guys are discussing something that's not Republican-Democrat partisan.